Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, please do subscribe. And if you're not new here, welcome back. So, in case the title and thumbnail didn't give it away, the t-shirt is a clue as to the subject of this Easter video. I'm going to be sampling a very large variety of Easter cakes, and because of how many I'm going for, I'm going to be filming it over a number of weeks. So for Halloween last year, I tried every branded cake that was Halloween themed that I could find. And then at Christmas, I did a taste test on the full Mr. Kipling cake range. So I didn't want to do the same format again for Easter. I am going to be trying lots of different cakes. And when I say cakes, cupcakes, slices of cake, donuts, there may be the odd drink thrown in as well. And I'm going to get one from every supermarket, every brand, every bakery and every coffee shop that I can. And I am only just going to go for one. So there'll be one Cadburys, one Mr. Kipling. It's not really a comparison, it is just to show the variety that there is out there. And they won't necessarily all be specifically Easter, because I suspect that would mean a lot of chocolate and a lot of lemon cakes. Chocolate and lemon, two of the cake flavours I like least. So it's going to be Easter, but also any new cake releases around this time of year, basically, just to give me some variety and you guys as well. I thought there really was only one way to kick off this Easter cake video, and that is with a Cadbury's cream egg cupcake. I got these from Tesco, but I think you can get them from most supermarkets, and it's £2 for two. Chocolate flavoured sponge with a fondant filling topped with vanilla flavour frosting, finished with fondant icing drizzle and milk chocolate decoration. So this is what it looks like, and fondant. Pretty good ratio of sponge to frosting, I think. This is a really nice cake. I find cream eggs can be really sickly sweet. This is not. The sponge is rich and moist but light. The icing has the cream egg flavour. I think if there was any more of it, it would be just too much, but this is really good. If you want a shop bought Easter cupcake, it's probably going to be pretty hard to beat this, but I guess I'll be finding out. Regular visitors to my channel will know that my opinion of drinks from Tim Hortons is not a very high one, to say the least, but when I saw on the menu they had a new honeycomb latte, I just had to give it a go because I love honeycomb. And I've also got the new honeycomb donut, but I'm going to wait until I get home to have that. I didn't fancy sitting in today, it's just really noisy in there. This is too hot to sit at the moment. It's actually burning my hand, and that's through the little cardboard cup holder. However, there is an extremely strong honeycomb smell coming from it, so I really hope this is going to be a good coffee. I do know Tim Hortons coffee is quite strong, and that's really always a good thing in my book. I'm going to try and not burn my mouth. It does have a bit of a honeycomb taste to it. It's not too sweet, which is good, but I don't think I would get it again. I just think the flavoured drinks from Costa, Starbucks, Muffin Break are just so much better than Tim Hortons, but it does have the strong coffee taste. And it does hit the spot if you need some caffeine. So I'm going to go ahead and get myself home so that I can get into this donut, because that is what I'm really excited for. Time to open my magic box from Tim Hortons. Ta-da! It is the Honeycomb Deluxe Donut, which is new. Again, it's not a cake product that screams Easter, but it's a honeycomb donut, guys. I had to get it. I'm gonna slice it in half so you can see the inside, because I'm not gonna be able to eat all of this right now. I wish I could remember how much this cost me, especially since I bought it like 15 minutes ago, but sorry. I think it was something like $2.99. So there is the inside. Look at all that filling. I do rate Tim Hortons donuts. Everything's kind of coming off. I'm just going to go for a bite right in the middle. Apologies in advance if I end up looking like I've just smeared it across my face. A lovely soft donut. There's a delicate honeycomb flavour. The bits on top give a nice crunch. Got a bit caught in my throat. And it's making my eyes run. I'm not crying over a donut, although it has been known. Yeah, the filling is creamy and sweet, but it's not too sweet. Really, really nice. I would get this again. It's just, wow. If you've got a Tim Hortons near you, definitely go in, get this donut. But I would say get in as early as you can. One, because they sell out, and two, you want to get them when they're as fresh as possible. I'm here in Costa, and I could not be wearing a more appropriate top, because I do indeed have cake for breakfast. This is the chocolate and orange mini egg cake. Guess who got the last slice? There's no way I could resist having a hot cross bun, hot chocolate. This is a really good cake. I'm not a fan of chocolate orange usually, but the orange flavour is not overpowering. The cake is moist, it's got a good texture, and the chocolate frosting is just amazing. I definitely rate this cake. Harmony Hope suggested that when I have hot chocolate with cream on top, I should get a straw, and I forgot. It looks so pretty, and then I completely mangle it. It's got a really good hot cross bun flavour. It's creamy and chocolatey and rich, but then there is that spice hit, and the cream on top is just, I'd say it's the icing on the cake, but I guess it's the cream on the hot chocolate. So I'm going to stop filming this bit and continue with my breakfast. Next, I'm going in for these mini bats from Mr. Kipling. 5 lemon and raspberry mini Battenberg cakes. Basically, pink lemonade in cake form. I was torn between getting these or the egg fancies, but I already know how much I love the egg fancies. And these are pink. You can see we have the Battenberg inside, some very, very pink marzipan. This is so tasty. I actually prefer it to a normal Battenberg. £1 for 5 of these. Definitely one that I will get again, especially as they are limited edition. Nothing screams Easter more than a Biscoff cupcake, or as these are called, caramelised biscuit cupcakes. £1.35 for the pair from Sainsburys. That's full price. They may have them on offer at some point, but not when I was in. The caramel biscuit smell certainly hits you when you open them, and it seems to be a decent size of cupcake. Good balance of frosting to sponge, and the sponge is lovely and soft. It definitely has that Biscoff taste, and it is really good, but the frosting It's quite hard, and these have been at room temperature. So I'd prefer it if it was slightly softer, but it's not too sweet. The sponge is delicious. That filling is amazing. And all the textures work really well together. Sainsburys, done good. Another pair of very traditionally flavoured Easter cupcakes, white chocolate and salted caramel from Asda, £1.75. I have extremely high hopes for these. I don't often get stuff from Asda, but yeah, these just have my name all over them. Looks again to be a good balance between sponge and topping. The sponge feels a little bit dry, but the most important thing is how it tastes. It's nice, and I'm so glad it's not filled. That would make it way too sweet. The frosting, white chocolate and caramel together, is a very, very sweet combination. Some people might find this sickly. I certainly couldn't eat both of the cupcakes in the same sitting. I do have a very sweet tooth. Just something to bear in mind if you're considering getting them. They may be a little too sickly for you. I have been going all round the room, and this is the place where I have the best lighting today. So I'm sitting on the floor with a spoon because I am going to be trying the M&S £4 speckled egg cake jar. Now, I am only going to have a mouthful of this because it is quite a substantial amount of cake. This is how it looks inside, and you can see they do fill it pretty much right to the sides and right to the top, which is definitely a good thing because when you're paying £4, you want to get as much cake as possible. I guess I should just go straight for this egg bit in the middle. It has got more eggs through it, you can see. Not a massive fan of sprinkles, but hopefully this mixture will be nice. That is really good. The buttercream is lovely and creamy and not too sweet. The chocolate cake is moist and rich, and the eggs are delicious. So if it was a reasonable price, I would absolutely recommend this and be getting it again. But this is a one-off Easter treat for me, but it certainly is a treat. If you can get a cake jar with a yellow sticker on it, grab it. You will not regret it. Unless, of course, you don't like buttercream or chocolate cake or speckled eggs, in which case, just don't bother. For £1 from the Co-op, I got these Hoppy Bunny Happy Easter cakes. God, that's a bit of a tongue twister. I didn't realise that the cakes are actually different flavours, so I'm going to take a bite of each. It's one chocolate sponge with chocolate frosting and one vanilla sponge with orange coloured frosting, and then they're topped with edible decorations. It's pretty obvious which one is which, really. I think it's actually quite good that they do different flavours of cakes. Certainly if you've got kids and they like different cakes, then, you know, hopefully there'd be one each for them and no arguments. I'm going to go for the chocolate one first, just because it's easier to get out. Bunny's bum and feet. It's a decent enough size of cupcake, and I think it's a good balance of frosting to sponge. It is a great chocolate cake. It's rich, it's not dry. It doesn't matter that it's not filled because it's such a good sponge. It's really, really chocolatey. So you would need to be a big fan of chocolate cake. I'm not, but it's a small enough cake that I will eat it. I just have to be in a certain mood to really want chocolate cake. I really should not have worn light coloured clothes when I'm filming with chocolate. Oh well. So this is the vanilla cake with the orange coloured icing. A good size of sponge. I'd say the frosting ratio is good again. I don't like this as much. The frosting is very thick. The cake has a sweet taste to it, but not an actual flavour as such. I do like vanilla. Vanilla ice cream in my freezer, where there are not hot cross buns. There are a large variety of different kinds of vanilla ice cream. I just think that that cake really does need more flavour. If you're just going for a plain vanilla, put some flavour in the icing, because it's really, really bland. It's a nice sponge in texture. It's just lacking in flavour. So I would say the chocolate one is a win, but the vanilla one, for me, is not. I'm doing this particular Easter cake at the table because it could get messy. The Easter Morris caterpillar cake from Morrisons. He's got the cutest little feet, and I don't know if you can see the little chickens decorating him. Now, I am not going to eat this whole cake myself. It was the only Easter cake I could find in Morrisons. They had a couple of cornflake cakes with some mini eggs on. I'm not a big fan of cornflakes because they get stuck in my teeth. And I just thought, why not? He had a yellow sticker on him, which is always a bonus. He is going to be shared. I want to eat his face, but I'm going to eat his bum. I'm not even going to attempt to say that again. I'm just going to dig myself into a hole if I try and change the wording. So, got a knife to stab him. I have never had a caterpillar cake from anywhere. I haven't had the original Colin, whatever the Aldi one was that caused all the fuss. So inside he is a chocolate Swiss roll. Quite dry. Maybe it's because he was yellow sticker that he's tasting a bit dry. I shouldn't call him he. It. So I will give it the benefit of the doubt. It's a very rich chocolate cake, but it's not the kind that makes you feel really sick. I think full price Morris is £6, so probably cheaper than Colin. It's not bad, and for kids, probably a lot of fun. And the face, I mean, the face is always the best bit, but I should be a nice auntie and let the kids in my family have the face. I don't know if these are new or not. They're from Lidl and they're strawberry and cream mini cupcakes. I hadn't seen them before and I couldn't find any Easter cakes at all in Lidl. Couldn't even find hot cross buns. Chocolate, loads of it. Anything else? Nothing. So I got these. They do have mini cupcakes in chocolate. I just thought these sounded more interesting. So they're both plain cupcakes with a vanilla frosting, a strawberry frosting, and coloured sprinkles. And because they are teeny tiny, I'm just going to eat the entire thing, but not in one bite. So for the size, I would say good balance of sponge to frosting. The sponge feels decent spongy texture. I'm trying to avoid using the M word. It is a plain cupcake. The frosting is incredibly sweet. If this was any bigger, it would be sickly, but the little sprinkles on top do add a nice crunch. Strawberry next. When I opened them, there was a really strong strawberry and cream smell. It definitely has a strawberry taste to the frosting. Again, really, really sweet. You wouldn't want it any bigger. And the aftertaste is kind of artificial. I'm not loving these, I'll be honest. I have here what I think are probably going to be the final 4 cupcakes of this video. I've been holding out hoping Starbucks would release something, and also Muffin Break, but I need to get this video done because I've got other Easter videos to concentrate on. We have an Aldi Springtime cupcake. These come in a pack of 4 and they're just plain vanilla cupcakes. From Tesco, the Wicked Kitchen Bunny the Bum cupcakes, chocolate and caramel, but of course vegan. This is a lemon cupcake from Baines, which is a local Scottish bakery. And this is an Easter bun from Greggs. Again, no description of it, but I guess I'll find out when I bite into it. I will go first with Aldi. I mean, it's all right. The sponge feels a little dry. There's a lot of frosting in relation to the sponge, so I'm just hoping it's not too sweet. It tastes like a Costco cake. I don't have a Costco near me. Probably a good thing. But I have had their cakes before and I find their frosting to be way too sweet and way too much of it. And even though it's vanilla, it's a bland vanilla. It's just super, super sweet. I don't really like this, but I'm going to have to eat the rest of it. I'm glad that's over. The sponge is quite dry, which means it's quite cloying in your mouth, and you've just got the sweet icing. It's not good. It's Wicked Kitchen Bunny the Bum. Well, this one definitely is not dry. At least it doesn't look it, you can see there. So it is meant to be filled with a caramel. This cupcake is really delicious. I would not be able to tell you it was vegan. It is moist. The icing is sweet, but not too sweet. I don't think there's any flavour to the icing. No, but it's a really rich chocolate flavour. I'm not sure I'm getting the caramel though. No, I can really only taste chocolate. These are expensive. I really wanted the Tesco carrot cake muffins. I've had them before, but my Tesco just don't do them. So that's why I went for these. £3 for a pack of 4. It's the right balance of icing to sponge, I think. So I'm going to go for Greggs next. When I went in, they've got 2 designs. They've got the chick, which is actually what I wanted. And they've got ones with a bunny. And I don't think there's any difference in flavour, but because I knew I had the bunny themed cakes from Tesco, Baines and Aldi, I quite wanted the chick. But the lady serving me did ask me if I wanted any particular one, and I just said no, it's fine. I'm not fussed. It's quite a small bun. Don't know quite why it's got that line down it. It was 90p. The cake is not flavoured. The fondant icing is very sweet. I am not really a fan of fondant icing, so I wouldn't get this again. It's not as bad as the Aldi one though. The sponge is good and the textures are interesting because you've got the crunchy sprinkles, the soft, slightly gluey icing because some of it is stuck to the roof of my mouth, and then the sponge. Even though I'm not a massive fan of lemon, I did go for the lemon Easter cake from Baines. They had quite a few cakes I could have chosen from, but I thought this one was probably the most Easter. I'm hoping that's a Malteser bunny. Decent sized cupcake. I am actually just gonna eat the bunny separately. Oh no, solid milk chocolate. This cake was given to me in a bag and it looked as perfect when I had it out on this plate as it did in the shop. It didn't lose any of the icing on the bag, and that is a criticism I have of Greggs. Didn't matter with that cake because it wasn't the right kind of icing, but I love the fudge donuts, or I think caramel custard donuts is what they're actually called. But in my bit of Scotland, we call them fudge donuts. You get them home and you take them out the bag and most of the icing's stuck to the inside of the bag, and I hate that. I have been known to take my own Tupperware into Greggs and just ask them to put the donut in there. Right, let's stop talking and get eating. This is really, really nice. The lemon is a really delicate flavour. It's not too sweet, and the sponge is just perfect. This is so good. The carpet around my feet is covered in sprinkles, so I'm going to have to get the Hoover out. I'm going to end this video here. That is my roundup of some of the Easter cakes which are available. You can comment down below and let me know if you've tried any and which ones you like, or if there's one you've had that you think I should really try, because time is running out for getting my hands on Easter goodies. Please do subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this, and I hope to see you back here for the next video. Happy Easter!